Raider Nation, we couldn't have drew it up any better. Our Raiders came up, they showed out, and we beat the Giants the way we should have. So this is my instant reaction video to our Sunday afternoon matchup against the New York Giants. We put a whooping on them. We took them to town, 30-6, beat them the way we should have. Antonio Pierce had these boys ready, and they're motivated. I like the excitement that I saw on the sideline just during the game, something that we haven't seen in a while. So I appreciate you guys, and we're going to get into this. But before we do, please subscribe, turn on those notifications, and hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. And I do want to say I appreciate all of you that are currently subscribers. I appreciate you guys, and I thank you. And wait till the end of this video. I did mention a giveaway. I'm creeping to about 100 subscribers, and once I do, I'm going to do a giveaway. So please be a subscriber to automatically be entered into the giveaway. But at the end of this video, I'm going to hit you with another Raiders trivia. Like the video, comment in the section below your answer to the Raiders trivia to get an additional entry into the giveaway. So appreciate you guys. But man, let's get into it, right? We start the game out. Defense, we kick off to New York. Defense pitches a 3-and-out. Get a big stop, 3-and-out. They punt the ball to us. Offense drives down the field and ends it with a touchdown. We drove down the field, great looking drive. Jacoby Myers goes in motion, gets a speed handoff around the edge, goes about 25, 30 yards, scores a touchdown. Now, what I loved about it was in the past, in the beginning of this season, we would have one good opening drive. We look like we're good. We're gelling. Offense was moving. And what do? We stall out. That didn't happen today. We scored 24 points in the first half. We scored 3 touchdowns in the first half. I mean, that's a big difference. That's a big difference from what we've been seeing so far. And that was done with Aiden O'Connell, our rookie quarterback, our first time ever calling plays, offensive coordinator, Bo Hardigree. They looked like they were gelling. They moved the ball. And look, this was a good Giants defense. The Giants defense is finally healthy. They got one of the best edge rushers in Kayvon Thibodeau. They got a really good, solid defensive line. Their defensive backs are good. I mean, the last 3 games, they didn't let up more than 14 points, and they just played the Bills a few weeks ago. So the last 3 opponents that they had, they did not let up more than 14 points. So this offense went up against a good Giants defense, and we took it to them. We took it to them the way that we should have. So offense comes out firing, opening drive, put 6 on the board, which is huge. So let's talk about let's touch on the defense first, and I'll jump back into the offense. But let's touch on the defense. 6 sacks. You can't complain about 6 sacks. Daniel Jones goes out at the end of the first quarter, and the Giants are basically playing behind the entire game. So about 75% of the time they're going to have to drop back to pass because they're playing from behind. So that gives more opportunities for the D-line, the edge rushers, just more opportunities to get sacks. But we had 8 sacks, but the sacks just didn't come from the D-line, the edge rushers. We were bringing pressure from all over. Trayvon Merrick had a sack. Nate Hobbs was coming off that edge. Epps, our safety, was coming off was coming off the edge or blitz up the middle. Linebackers are coming left and right. Patrick Graham did a really good job of dialing up different blitzes, bringing the pressure from different angles. And one of my keys to victory in my pregame analysis was we had to bring pressure. We did not want Daniel Jones to get comfortable because Daniel Jones was out the last 3 games, and it was going to take him a little bit just to kind of get his bearings, right? And I wanted to see us bring pressure early. Don't allow them to get momentum. And not only did Patrick Graham bring pressure early, he brought it all game long. And as soon as the Giants rookie came in after Daniel Jones got hurt, he continued to bring pressure, and he did it in a way that I don't think the Giants knew where it was coming from. So it was very impressive to see. Now, one of the things that I wanted us to watch out for, which was, again, I mentioned in my previous pregame analysis, was Don't get beat deep by Jalen Hyatt, and they tried. They tried in the very beginning of the game. Jalen Hyatt got on top of, I believe it was Amik Roberts at the time, got on top of him. Daniel Jones just overthrew him. They tried to hit him 3 times. Twice, I think, were twice for bad throws, and the third time, Amik Roberts actually picked it off. So they attempted to go deep. They didn't complete it, which was good, but I knew that they were going to try it. So we were able to fend that off, which was good. And the only thing I want to do is give it up to our defensive backs. The Giants had to pass a lot because they were coming from behind, and there wasn't a lot of times where quarterback just dropped back to pass, and all of a sudden, we're on top of them when we sack them. No, the quarterback had to sit back there for a little bit. He scrambled around. Our defensive backs gave our D-line, our edge rushers time to get to that quarterback. So there was a ton of coverage sacks going on in that game as well. So give it up to the defensive backs. Amik Roberts had a pick. Nate Hobbs had a pick. Marcus Peters almost had a pick. But look, he dropped it. He should have had it, but sometimes that's why you're a DB and not a receiver. So, but look, the defense held their own. They did what they were supposed to do, and it was, it was a hell of a job by the defense. Now let's look at the offensive side. One of the things I want to touch on was time plays in a game, and I wanted to know if the moment was going to be too big for him. That was one of the things that I wanted to watch out for is in certain situations, is he going to kind of panic? And, we got down, it was towards the tail end of the first half. We're up 14-0. It's a 3rd and 2, or 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. And my first reaction was just run the ball. Run the ball. You got Josh Jacobs, run the ball. But sometimes offensive coordinators on 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line, they might get a little cute. Right? They might try to fake that hand off, boot to the backside, maybe try to tight end into the flats, or take a receiver and drag him all the way across. And now you put Aiden O'Connell in a situation to where now he's got to make a decision. Do I throw it away? Do I try to fit a throw into a tight window? Do I just eat it? Like, what do I do? But Bo Hardegree, he knew he's got the reigning rushing champion in the backfield. He ran that football. Josh Jacobs reached over that goal line, and we scored. We go up 21-0. We end up getting 3 points before the half. And that was, to me, that just shows that the moment wasn't too big for him. And he made the right call, just ran the football. Because even if Josh Jacobs doesn't get it, kick the field goal, we're still up 17-0. It's basically, it's right at the 2-minute warning. We get the ball to start the second half. So, no matter what, we're going to get 3 out of it. And he made the right call, and he ran the ball. So I just think those are one of those moments where, he could have easily gotten cute with it and tried to do something special to kind of prove himself, but no, he did the right thing. So to me, it showed that the moment wasn't too big for him. So I hope that continues. We still have a lot of season left, but just in that moment, I liked his decision. In addition to that, the Giants tried to hit Jalen Hyatt deep. Amik Roberts picks off the ball. He returns it. Good return. Gives us some decent field position. And Bo Hardegree calls a deep ball down the right sideline to Trey Tucker. And Trey Tucker catches the ball. It was a diving catch. That was a perfect call. Right before it happened, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, take a shot. And they did. Took the shot. And that led us to that 3rd and 2 on the goal line, and we score. So I just like to see, I love to see that we took that shot. We took a shot downfield. We got the offense going, and that helped kind of loosen those defensive backs up. And, it's really something that we haven't seen too much. Yeah, we've taken some shots here and there, but the shots aren't, the timing of the shots in the past weren't great. This was a perfect timing. So I love to see it. I love seeing that out of our offense, and hopefully we see more of it. In addition, sorry, I'm just looking down at my notes, but one thing I want to do is also praise the offensive line. The offensive line, I think, did a hell of a job. Obviously, Josh Jacobs, he almost got his 100 yards rushing. If we weren't up so much, and if Zamir White didn't take a couple carries, he would have got over that 100-yard mark. So Josh Jacobs, I think he ended with 97 or 98 yards, but he punched in 2 touchdowns. Man, that was a hell of a game by Josh Jacobs. But credit to the O line, they paved the way for him, but they also kept Aiden O'Connell upright the entire game. We didn't give up one sack. I think it was a combination between the offensive line doing a hell of a job protecting Aiden O'Connell, but also Bo Hardegree getting the ball out quick. Aiden O'Connell wasn't sitting back there for days and days trying to go through his, second, third, fourth progression. He got the ball out fairly quick. He knew where his read was, and we didn't put a lot of pressure on him. We didn't put a lot of pressure on the O-line either to have to hold off a good Giants D-line for, the majority of the game. So, hats off to the O-line, hats off to Bo Hardegree to really dialing up a good game plan against this good Giants defense. We also shared the ball quite a bit in the beginning of the first half. Hunter Renfrow got involved. Man, if Josh Jacobs would have got a little bit bigger piece of that blitzing linebacker coming through, and Aiden O'Connell had just a half a second longer, Hunter Renfrow could have gotten his that touchdown on that little that skinny post route up the middle. That would have been great to see. Hunter Renfrow get a touchdown. I think that stadium would have just erupted. So I think we shared the ball pretty good. Michael Mayer got a catch. Austin Hooper got a catch. We kept their defense on their toes, and I think that's what was really good and aided in our success of putting 30 points on the board. So again, big ups to the O-line, really showing up and showing out today. So really in summary, congratulations to Antonio Pierce. First game as an interim head coach, man, you had these boys prepared. You had them motivated to play. Devonta Adams earlier in the week, he stated that, he'll run through a wall for this coach. And it showed. It really did show that that these players they came out to play. And it was great to see. Also, sorry, before I hit the summary, I do want to go back one more or 2 more points on the offensive side. It just kind of dawned on me. As much as we put up 30 points, and you got to love it, right? The one thing I'd like to see us do a little more is run a little pre-snap motion. I think one of the reasons why Devonta Adams had a little bit of a struggle in the beginning of the game is because, we weren't really moving him around. Obviously the Giants did a really good job of, double covering him, kind of press him at the line. I'd like to see a little more pre-snap motion and what pre-snap motion does. And there's a lot of things that it does, right? The number one thing is it helps Aiden O'Connell see what coverage they're in, right? He can go in motion, and if the guy goes from one end to the other with him, if the defender does, then it's pretty much man. If no one goes with them and the defense just kind of shifts over, then they're sitting in zone. But what else it does, and you potentially can set it up, is if Devonta Adams is by himself, he can go in motion. If he's by himself on one side, he can go in motion, and now he's set to one side with 2 other receivers, right? You turn it from him being singled on the backside to now he motions over, and he's got 1 or 2 receivers with him, so it looks more of like a twins or trips type of set. Well, now that forces the defense to have to make a decision. Do we stay in man? Do we switch to zone, or vice versa? Do we change the coverage? Do you stretch that edge rusher out a little bit? To maybe that edge rusher now, hesitates to get after that quarterback. It forces that defense to have to think, have to adjust. And if you do that, now you have a better chance of that defense getting confused or miscommunicating with one another. A lot of times in the game, you see defenses that, someone missed an assignment. Right now, a receiver's released going deep by himself, and the corner, the safety or linebacker, didn't drop to their zone or didn't pick up that guy crossing the field. You want that defense to think. You want that defense to have to make that split-second adjustment or that split-second call on, do we stay in this coverage or do we swap out of it? And that's when you get defenses confused, and that's where you potentially find defenses, falling out of coverage, or, not thinking as one unit. Let's put it that way. And so that's what I like to see. I'd like to see a little bit more of pre-snap motion and make those defenses think a little bit. That'll definitely help Aiden O'Connell out as well with reading what kind of defense that they're in. In addition, I think, man, we could have had more points. A couple key drops on Devonta Adams. He had it in his hands, and then the defender hit him and popped it out. Jacoby Myers dropped one on a third down. So, I think if we had a couple more key catches, shoot, we could have put the 35, 36, even 40 up. It was a hell of a game by the offense. Again, I'm not going to complain too much. We put up 30. First time we put up 20 plus all season. Fitting that it's after our coach that we will not mention, after he's fired, and we finally see what this offense can do. And this offense did what I think we all thought it could do and the potential that it has. So that's kind of my pregame analysis. What we're going to do next is I'm going to hit you guys with our Raiders trivia. Again, please subscribe. If you are a subscriber, you automatically get entered into the upcoming giveaway once I hit 100 subscribers. And then if you like the video and you comment down below your answer, I'll give you one additional entry to your initial entry of your subscription. So appreciate you guys, but man, let's get into it. So here's a trivia question. What Oakland Raider receiver wearing number 25 was selected as MVP of the 1977 Super Bowl against the Minnesota Vikings? So that's your trivia question for this video, guys. Again, hit the subscription button. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you and you are entered into it. If you want an additional entry, like the video, comment down below your answer, and I appreciate you guys. Man, have a great Sunday. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you guys sticking with me on this video. I've been enjoying my victory drink. Drinks taste a lot better, after a win. And man, I'm going to enjoy this week. But we definitely got our work cut out. We got the Jets coming up. It's a winnable game. But after this win, I hope we ride this momentum into that game. But I'll definitely be hitting you guys with more videos this week. I hope you guys enjoy this one. And I will definitely see you guys on the next video. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.